Welcome in Basketball YouTube channel, and we are kicking off the 1984 college football season. It is they call it week one, but it's the week zero that we call now. It's the Kickoff Classic. 2 games on the schedule. We're gonna play one on the channel. Auburn against Miami. Two teams with national title hopes. They both went 8-4 on the season, but in the replay, I could see them playing for a national title. Now, I'm going to do this. I made a video a few days ago about kind of replaying this project and kind of previewing it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to play all the scheduled games. I mean, I'm not going to play all of them myself. I'm going to simulate some of them, play some of them offline, and play some of them on the channel. But we're gonna play all the bowl games. Okay, so all the bowl games that were played I'm gonna play. Even if the simulation replay doesn't warrant a team being in that bowl game. So, say for example, Southern Cal is in the Rose Bowl in '84. If they go 1-7 on the season and the or 1-10 the season, they're still going to go play in the Rose Bowl like they did in '84 in real life. Okay, so we're going to replay the actual bowl games, but then when that's all done, we're going to look at the polls that the second and 10 football generates, and the top two teams will play a game for the national title. Kind of this was suggested years ago before the BCS and before everything that is you play a +1 game, play all the traditional bowl games, um, play keep the bowl tie-ins together, keep the tradition together, New Year's Day together, and then when it's all said and done, have the polls come out, boom, and then one plays two for the national title. So we're gonna do it that way here in '84. Okay. So Auburn versus Miami is our game. We're playing it. We're playing drive by drive. I love playing drive by drive on second and 10. If you've seen other videos before, you've seen me do that. That's how we're gonna do those things. Let's first take a look at the teams real quick. So, '84 Auburn, 8-4 in a year. They outscored their opponents by 100 points over a 12-game season. So they're pretty dominant. Here's their schedule. They've got Miami at Texas. Pretty two games right there. Southern Miss, and then they start their SEC schedule. Of course, Texas is now an SEC team, but that's not back in '84. They got Tennessee, Ole Miss, FSU, Georgia Tech, Mississippi State, Florida, Toledo, Georgia, Bama, and Arkansas on their schedule. The Arkansas game is a bowl game. That's not an. We're used to seeing Auburn, Arkansas playing the SEC. That's a bowl game right there. So a pretty big, tough schedule for them. That's why they're a good team. They went 8-4. Let's kind of look at the roster real quick. Real stats. Pat Washington's their quarterback. Not a great passer of the football. They're a running team, and we'll get that in a second. 4 TDs, 9 picks. Only threw the ball 171 times. He rushed the ball 81 times. Their backfield is really good, though. Brent Fullwood, of course, played for the Packers in the NFL for a few years, is their leading rusher. 5.4 carries, 5 point average carry. Tommy Agee, who played a lot of fullback in the NFL, he's there too. Hollis Campbell, a really good running back at Weldon College, and a guy named Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's their fourth leading rusher in terms of, well, I guess he's not. He's actually 475. He's their third leading rusher. And this is the year before his big Heisman Trophy year. '85 was his big year, but as you can see, 5.5 average yards per rush, 53 long, 5 TDs, 4 catches, 2 yards. So he is a problem. So they're a running team, and they're going to run the ball today. Defensively, I'm going to take any guys we recognize. Kevin Green, we all know Kevin Green. Kevin Green, of course, would get in the NFL and so forth and doing that. So sack wise, Gerald Robinson's a sack guy. Pick guy is there. So not anybody else in defense we recognize other than Kevin Green. All right, let's go to the Hurricanes. This is Jimmy Johnson's first year. He took it for Howard Schnellenberger. It's his first year. They go 8-4. They outscore their opponents by I can't almost about 100, almost 100 points too. So very similar to Auburn in that too. Their schedule is brutal. Auburn, Florida, Michigan, Purdue, Florida State. Rice, not so bad. Notre Dame is not great. Notre Dame's not a great team in '84. They're decent though. Toledo, they both play Toledo. Both Auburn and Miami play Toledo. Pitt's not a great team in '84 as well. They have some talent, but not a great team. Temple, Maryland. The Maryland game is a famous game. That's the game where Frank Reich brought them back in the Orange Bowl. Of course, Frank Reich did it in the NFL 8 years later. Was that or 92, 93? That was the famous college game where he did it. They brought him back from like 35 points down in the Orange Bowl. The Boston College game, another famous game. So two back-to-back famous games. I'll tell you right now, both those games will be on the channel. The Maryland game, the Boston College game will be on the channel. Um, Notre Dame game will be on the channel. So we're going to see a lot of Miami in the channel this year. UCLA is the bowl game. Okay, so that's their schedule, 8-4. Let's take a look at their roster real quick. Bernie Kosar is their quarterback. Testaverde is the backup quarterback. Pretty good duo right there. Um, Kosar, 16 touchdowns, 25 picks. Which you look at those numbers in the '80s, that's what they wasn't a dink and dunk kind of a thing. He threw downfield. But he threw for 3,642 yards. So the Hurricanes are passing the football. The backfield, Alonzo Highsmith, 906 yards rushing. So a very good offense there. Melvin Bratton is a guy that I remember as a kid. I don't remember Darrell Oliver much, but good stats there too. Willie Smith, the receiver. Eddie Brown, of course, would have a good career in the NFL. He go over 1,000 yards receiving. That's huge right there. Catching 9 touchdown passes. Willie Smith, Stanley Shakespeare. I remember him a little bit. Brian Blades down the only 3 catches. So Brian Blades gets a little bit better. I think he must have been a freshman that year doing those two. Brett Perriman, punt returning there, kick returners, and so forth. Defensively, their defense, they've got Julius, Julio Cortez. Their defense isn't as great it would become later in Jimmy Johnson's era. So the defense, in terms of names and so forth, those guys are coming. So you see right there, their defense not as strong, which is why they probably went 8-4 that year. All right, let's play some football. Tulsa plays Toledo as well. Let's go ahead and autoplay that game real quick and check that out. 31-10 is the score there. Tulsa gets the win. Tulsa 6-5, and John Cooper is their coach. Toledo 8-3-1. So a little bit of upset for Tulsa right there. Look at the box score real quick on that. Let's see if we recognize any guys there. So that's the first game of the year at the Glass Bowl. Let's play some football. And we're going AI control, AI control. And the Hurricanes are 6-point favorites over Auburn. 6-point favorites over Auburn. I like to place a bet in these games. Give me Auburn and the points. I don't think they're going to win. I think the Hurricanes will win this game by a field goal. Give me Auburn. Give me the 6 points. First game of the year, neutral field. Both teams feeling each other out. Give me Auburn and the points on this. That's what I'm going to go with today. So I'm placing my bets. Place your bets. Let's play some football. In the Kickoff Classic, we'll kick it on off. And a flag down. Clipping.
Receiving team.
On the return there. So the Hurricanes are going to start back a ways. They'll be backed up. And so how we do this now, once again, if you're brand new to Second 10 football, you can play it play by play. I'm playing it drive by drive, except if we get inside the last 5 minutes of the half and the last 5 minutes of the game. As long as the game is within 2 scores, we'll do that, and we'll go play by play. So we're going drive by drive. All we do is come up here and click this possession button, and it plays drive by drive. That's how we do these things. The game takes about 15 minutes to play that way. As opposed to play by play, it's going to take you about 45, 50 minutes or so. So I play them both ways. It's the way I play Second 10 football. I know some love it, some don't. It's the way I play. All right, here we go. First possession and a touchdown pass. So how about that? Hurricanes go right down the field, 7 plays, 92 yards, and Kosar hits Eddie Brown, who you mentioned before, with a touchdown pass. So let's go ahead and look at the box score real quick. You can check this out. Kosar 5 for 6 in the drive, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. They only ran the ball 1 time. Oliver, 1 carry, 1 yard. So the Hurricanes came out and went downfield on Auburn through the ball. Eddie Brown, 2 catches, 33 yards, 4 guys caught passes on that drive. So pretty cool there. Hurricanes setting the tone right there. They take off only less than 3 minutes off the clock as well. So 7 plays, 92 yards, and now they'll kick it off to Auburn, up 7-0. Brent Fullwood is back there to return kicks. He's dangerous. He can take one back for sure. So Hurricanes strike the first blow, and the kick goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line. That's going to be a flag there. They're trying to avoid Fullwood, and now Auburn's going to get a really good field position right here. 5-yard penalty. We're heading off the 84 season. I love the 80s. I was 9 years old when this game was being played. I turned 10 in November. Now it gets a block. Oh, they're going to kick it off again. I'm sorry. Ed Graham's got it. He's over the 30. Look out. He breaks back at his 40. He could go. Oh. He stumbles to the 20. He's still on his feet. Look at this. He's in the end zone. Oh, my goodness. They re-kick the ball, and it is Ed Graham takes it 96 yards, and the season is off to a start, folks. It is 7-6, the extra point pending. Oh, my goodness. Here is the extra point by McGinnity. It's up. It's good. And we're tied at 7. So we're 3 minutes and 7 seconds into the football season, 1984. It's 7-7. This promises to be a great season. What a start to the season, folks. What a start to the season here in Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So they'll kick it off now to the Hurricanes. And it's a touchback. 71 degrees, cloudy, a little wind, 6 miles per hour. Remember, I've got Auburn +6 in this ball game. Right now, I'm winning my bet. All right, here we go. Possession time. Hurricanes went right down the field last time. 4th and 3 from Auburn's 46. They'll punt it away. Rick Tootin punts it, and a fair catch by Trey Gaines. So Auburn will get the ball back, but backed up at the 7-yard line. And that one right there. So 7-7 is our score. We have our first defensive stop. 8:53 to go in the quarter. Auburn will now go ahead and run their first play from scrimmage. They got Bo Jackson in the backfield with Collis Campbell. And the Hurricane defense comes up big. A 3-and-out for Auburn. Colbert punts it 50 yards, and Brett Perriman takes it about 4 yards. And the Hurricanes now will take over at their own 44 as things have calmed down a little bit in this ball game after the fireworks early on. Hurricane ball. Jimmy Johnson on the sidelines. His first game as Hurricane coach, coming from Oklahoma State Cowboys. Kosar under center. He's got Darrell Oliver back there. Eddie Brown, Shakespeare, Brian Blades out wide. Willie Smith at tight end. And a 56-yard strike. It only took one play. Kosar finds Eddie Brown again for 56 yards. They are an explosive offense for folks. Extra point is good. It is 14-7. Let's take a look at the numbers. Kosar now 8 for 10 for 173 and 2 touchdowns. I believe he wants the Heisman Trophy. Eddie Brown, 3 catches, 89 yards, and 2 scores. And the Hurricanes offense is something to see. 14-7 now to lead the Auburn Tigers. And they will kick it off to them. Remember, Auburn scored the last time the Hurricanes kicked to them. And it's caught by Graham again. So they did a squib kick. Well, look at that. This is pretty cool. So Miami got burned last time. And they go ahead and do a little squib kick along the ground. Ed Graham, who returned when already picked it up, and goes upfield. So Auburn will start at the Hurricane 47-yard line. So the Hurricanes must be worried about their special teams. 6:56 to go in the quarter. 14-7 Hurricanes. And here we go. Auburn's ball. Let's see if they can strike here. They will not. They'll punt it away. They get to Miami's 37-yard line at 4th and 12 out of their kicker's range, and they'll punt it 23 yards. It rolls out of bounds at the Hurricane 14. So the Hurricane defense stepping up big on that one. Hurricane ball now up by 7, and they'll punt it away. So 4th and 9, they get up to their own 28. A 34-yard punt out of bounds. Auburn will take over at their own 38. 2:51 to go in the first quarter. It is 14-7. Hurricanes leading in this one. Auburn's possession. Let's take a look. And they'll punt this one. They get down to Miami's 38-yard line again. So Auburn moving the ball, but they can't quite finish the drive here, or at least get into field goal range. They've come up short each time. But a fair catch there. The Hurricanes will take over with 8 seconds to go in the quarter. And they'll punt it back to Auburn. So in this one here, they get to midfield. Auburn's 49-yard line, and the Hurricanes are stalled there. So with 12 minutes to go in the half now, we've kind of crossed with the first quarter. Let's take a look at the box scores real quick. Kosar 11 for 16 for 225 and 2 touchdowns. Running-wise, the Hurricanes aren't getting much done running. Highsmith, 4 carries of 4 yards. Oliver, 3 carries of 14 yards. Let's take a look at Auburn real quick. Pat Washington, 2 for 4, 25 yards. Collis Campbell, 4 carries for 10 yards. Bo Jackson, just 1 carry for 2 yards on there. As a recap, looking real quick, Auburn's offense, only 42 yards. Their score came on that kickoff return. So 12 minutes to go now. Auburn ball, trailing by 7. And a 28-yard field goal. So McGinnity knocks one down. Auburn moved the ball again. 13 plays, 77 yards. Past a 5:54. And McGinnity goes ahead and knocks one through to make it a 14-10 game. Remember this, point spread 6. I got Auburn. I got Auburn plus 6 right now. I would cash my ticket. We're a long way to go though. So real quick, Wash now 4 for 6 for 61 yards. Mann came in through a pass. I'm not sure if he's the backup quarterback or if he's a running back on a little flea flicker or something, or a end around pass. Running the ball, Auburn runs the ball. Let's see, Bo Jackson now 3 carries for 9 yards, along as 7. Collins with 3 carries and 22 yards there. So that's how we stand right now. 14-10 is our score. They'll kick it off to the Hurricanes. Taking my Darren Oliver to 1. And he brought them to 13. Great coverage right there by Auburn. So the Hurricanes will take over. They're up by 4, 14-10. And Greg Cox kicks a 35-yard field goal, 17-10. And a 16-play, 69-yard drive. Taking it 5:44. So let's go ahead and look at the Hurricane stats after that. Trying to run the ball a little bit more. Highsmith now with 6 carries and 16 yards. Kosar's been sacked a few times. Eddie Brown, 5 catches, 108 yards. He's having a huge day. Willie Smith, 5 catches, 74 yards. Shakespeare, 3 catches for 60 yards. So he's spreading around there. But the Hurricanes now lead 17-10 with 12 seconds to go in the half. Let's see if they kick off. Their kickoffs they do here. Arthur Johnson has it. And Pat Washington back in the ball game. He must have been out injured a little bit. They brought in Mann for a little bit. So end of the half. We're in the last 5 minutes of the half. 13. We'll go play by play. Let's see if Auburn does anything here. Looking for Buford. He hit Glenn Buford and he fumbles it. Uh-oh. It's fumbled. The Hurricanes might get another chance here at the end of the half. No, it's ruled incomplete. So a break there by Auburn. 8 seconds to go. If I'm Auburn, I'm kneeling the ball down right now. Going to the locker room down by 7 and thank my lucky stars. They're not doing that, though. He's going for Clayton Buford again. And it's going to be incomplete. So 3rd and 10, 2 seconds to go in the half. will take a knee. Wise decision there. And at the end of the first half, it's a 17-10 Hurricane lead. Real quick, let's take a look at that's going 318 total yards for the Hurricanes. Sacks. Kosar's been sacked 4 times. He's not very mobile. That's one thing about that there. Return yardage, a big one. 149 return yardage for Auburn. That's one thing they're doing well. One was back for a touchdown. First down, 17-7. 17-7. That is a problem. Let's go defense real quick. Daly, Kevin Green with a sack today. No sacks for the Hurricanes. So Kevin Green got himself a sack. So here we go, 17-10. They'll kick it back off to Auburn. We'll get the ball to start this half. And of course, they've already taken one back today. A little cross when Brent Forward picks it up. He gets to the outside. He's met the 26-yard line, and the ball pops loose. It's a fumble, and the Hurricanes are going to have it. Gilbert Bain comes up with it. Well, wait. Now they're going to call off. Did the whistle blow? Was he down? Was he down? He was down. So a huge break for Auburn. That could have been a really tough start to the half. So they're down by 7. They have the ball. If we start the second half here. And so here we go. Auburn ball. And a touchdown. Ware takes it from 1 yard out. It's an 8-play, 74-yard drive. McGinnity's kick is up and good. And Auburn strikes first in the second half. And we are tied at 17. Pat Washington, 5 for 10, 86 yards in the game. Let's take a look. Bo Jackson got 4 carries for 21 yards. He's tied second leading rusher on the team. And of course, Ware, 3 carries and 2 yards. One of them being a touchdown right there. So the Auburn is back in the ball game. It's 17-17 here on a Monday night, August 27th, 1984. They'll kick it off to the Canes, 17-17. We have a good one to open up this season. And Darrell Oliver will take it. He gets up to about the 15-yard line. So the Auburn special teams is really doing in terms of defense and offense, special teams doing a great job. So Hurricane ball, tie game, and Rick Tootin will punt it away. So the Auburn defense gives him a 3 and out right there, 4th and 1 from the 24. Rick Tootin with a good punt, 52 yards, and Auburn will take over their own 25-yard line to tie game. They look to take the lead in this one. They have not had a lead yet in this ball game. And they won't get one here. So they go 4th and 6 from their own 29. Lewis Colbert punts it away. Now the great punt. The Hurricanes will take over with 8:28 to go in the third quarter at their own 38-yard line. 17-17 is your score. And Bernie Kosar, not known for his speed, tucks it under and goes in from 3 yards out. The Hurricanes get the extra point. A 9-play, 62-yard drive, and the Hurricanes now lead it 24-17. Let's take a look at the numbers. Kosar is now over 300 yards passing, 331 to be exact, 19 for 27 with 2 touchdowns. Rushing wise, he's got a long of a 13-yard run in this game, had a 3-yard touchdown run. He's been sacked a few times as well. Willie Smith and Eddie Brown, both over 100 yards receiving right now. 12 catches between the two of them, 112 and 108 respectively. And they're passing the ball on Auburn. 24-17 is your score. They will kick it off to Auburn. Back there is Arthur Johnson and Brent Fullwood. 3:44 to go in the third quarter. And here's the kick by Greg Cox. Arthur Johnson has it, and he only gets back to the 13-yard line. So the Hurricane special teams coverage steps up I think they got yelled at a little bit in that first half. 24-17 your score. Let me take a quick drink break. It's a good one. Opening game of the 84 season. Hurricanes. Touchdown run. I'm sorry. I got confused. I thought Auburn had the ball. They did not. It was Campbell, 18-yard run, and it goes to 6 plays, 87 yards. I was confused. I thought Miami had the ball. I'm sorry. So an 18-yard run from Campbell, 6 plays, 87 yards. We are tied at 24 with the beginning of the kick. Let's take a look at Auburn's offense real quick. Sorry for my confusion. Washington still 6 for 14, 132 yards. Passing is not their strength, but Campbell now 8 carries, 39 yards. Bo Jackson 4 carries for 21 yards. So Auburn finding a way to get it done. They're hanging in there. Very two different teams, two different styles, and but they're playing a close game. That's one thing I miss in today's all sports. Let me get on my soapbox real quick. Back in the 80s, basketball, football, baseball, NFL, college, every team played a different style. Nowadays, every team plays the same style. Like everyone plays the same way. Same offense, same defense. NBA, they all shoot threes. Baseball, they all, work the count, all that stuff. And so what I liked about as a kid in the 80s was you would have these teams playing against each other that play different ways. And you would, who would be better in this style. You have team, so this is the game right here, different styles. Auburn's a running team, Miami's a passing team. And it's 24-24. So 1 minute to go in the third quarter. They'll kick it off to the Canes, and a good one. Back and forth, fourth and back. A flag down. Auburn kicked this ball out of bounds.
Kicking team.
We're in Giant Stadium in New York. We'll repeat the kickoff. Now, when Miami repeated the kickoff earlier doing this, that's when Auburn took it back for touchdown. And this pun, the Hurricanes take it to the 27-yard line. So 24-24, 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hurricane ball. And Alonzo Highsmith catches a 3-yard pass from Kosar. Touchdown. 8 plays, 73 yards. It is now 31-24 Hurricanes. As we go back and forth again, Kosar now 22 for 30 for 396, 3 touchdowns. Highsmith, his first catch of the game is a 3-yard pass for a touchdown, so not bad there. As you can see, Smith and Brown, 7 catches and 6 catches respectively. Look at Shakespeare. They've got 3 receivers now on 100 yards of receiving. Shakespeare, Brown, and Smith. Shakespeare, 4 catches, 111 yards, with a long of 51. So the Hurricanes are back out on top, 31-24. Kosar having a huge day, and they'll kick it off now to Auburn. Fullwood and Johnson back deep. 11:53 to go in the game. Johnson grabs it, and he goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line. So Auburn ball at their own 19. They trail by 7 here. And they'll punt this back to Miami. So not much doing there, and a 35-yard punt, not a great punt at all. And Perriman took it back for 10 yards. So Hurricanes take over their own 49-yard line, trying to go up by more than 1 score here. Let's see what they can do it. They do not do it. So Auburn's defense comes up big there. And with 6:36 to go in the game, it's 24-21, 31-24. In the last 5 minutes, we will play play-by-play. So this could be the last possession thing we do here in this game. And they'll punt it back to Miami. So here we go. So we'll go play-by-play now. We got 3:42 to go in the game. We'll go play-by-play. Hurricanes lead it by 7, trying to run this clock out or get another score. Auburn trying to force a punt and tie this ball game up. So here we go. Miami ball. And it's Steve Staffier, the ball carrier, turns the corner. He's got blockers ahead. He gets 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Hurricanes have not run the ball well today, but right now they need to run the ball if they're going to run the clock out. And I guess they could throw the ball too and get a score, but so 2nd and 1 now at their own 37. Clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Run blitz for the Tigers. Here's Highsmith on the run. He gets up 2 yards. That's a first down. Ben McCurdy with the tackle, but first down Canes. We got 2:33 to go as the clock continues to tick. 1st and 10, 39. And there's Highsmith again. So the Hurricanes pound the ball. Highsmith breaks through. And a nice run by Highsmith gets 11 yards. So the Hurricanes have found a running game here. 2:09 to go in the game. Auburn needs a stop. Midfield.
Flag on the play.
Flag is down.
Illegal motion.
They got illegal motion on the Hurricanes. That'll back them up 5 yards. The 1st and 15. Let's kind of take a look real quick on the running. Highsmith now 11 carries, 36 yards. As you can see, Kosar now is over 400 yards passing, 414. Hurricanes now, 2:09 to go. Auburn has all 3 timeouts. Keep that in mind. Oliver with the ball now. Turns the corner. Edward Phillips is there. A 7-yard gain. The Hurricanes are pushing the pile. It's 2nd and 8. And Auburn calls their first timeout right now. They need a stop badly. A field goal here could pretty much end the game as well. I don't know. Real quick, let's see. Greg Cox long 57-yard field goal attempt. So they got to get to about to have a chance. They have to get to the 40-yard line. And that's a a small chance. Here's Oliver again. Good push by the line. He gets 4 yards. So the Hurricanes are playing smash mouth right here, trying to hang on to this lead. Auburn calls their second time, but they have 1 left. So a huge play here. 3rd and 4 from the 44. Could be the ball game. It could be the ball game. Auburn in the zone. Here's Highsmith. He's got room. He picks up 18 yards. So the Hurricanes have worn out this Auburn defensive line. They couldn't run all game long, but now they're running when they need to. They get a first down, 1:24 to go. They're now in the field goal range as well. Current drive, 6 plays, 46 yards. And Kosar's going to take a knee. 2nd and 12. Kosar takes a knee again. And that's going to end it. That will end it. The Hurricanes hang on 31-24. Kosar's your MVP. You're damn right he was. Daryl Robinson got 3 sacks for Auburn. But Kosar, 23 for 31 for 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Net yards, 502 for Miami, 300 for Auburn, 502 yards. This is an offense that is prolific. And with their schedule, they'll need to be prolific. They're 1-0, and that's a big win right there on opening night for Auburn. And for Miami, I'm sorry. Now, week 2, a little preview to week 2, and what we'll have in the channel for you. A couple things. You got Florida playing Miami. I'm not sure I'll have that in the channel or not. That's a big game. We're in Tampa Stadium. The Gators, of course, are 9-1-1 in the real life 84 season. So that could be a huge game in terms of national title hopes that will play out later on in the year. So I'll definitely have to watch that as well. Boston College, I got to change that. It's playing Western Carolina. I can actually edit that out. The non-Division One FBS teams sometimes in the 80s do not do those games in the replay, but you can kind of edit them in there and do that. So needless to say, um, we'll have that game in the channel as well. Boston College, BYU and Pitt is interesting. BYU, of course, wins the national title in real life in '84. They go 13-0. Pitt isn't a great team in '84. They're 3-7 in '84, but they're not a bad team, and they've got guys like John Kangemi. They got Craig Ironhead Hayward, um, Chris Dolman on defense. So listen, they could pull the upset there. That's a game to watch. Um, in terms of other big games on week two, not a huge slate for week two. Not everyone's playing on week two. So on the channel, we'll probably see Florida Miami again. I'm not sure I'll put Boston College in the channel. I said I would all BC games, but it's Western Carolina. I might not. We'll see. But I'm going to have all Boston College games on the channel. I mean, most games, I should say, that they're playing a team that is representative of a college football team. So that's it for now. So great first game, great first week in our replay. Second 10 football. Check it out. It's a great game, great bang for your buck. And thanks for watching. Have a great, great night.